Hi everyone, welcome to Yoga with me, Nat. I've got a shorter class for you today. It's going to be roughly 30 minutes long. And I wanted to focus on a lightness, a lifting of physically, lifting our bodies, but lifting our spirits as well, because at the time of recording, we are at the end of week 1 of lockdown in the UK because of the coronavirus, and it can feel a bit weighty, like, it's a bit of a drag, these words you use to describe the situation at the moment. It feels really heavy. So I wanted something that would physically lift us, and hopefully that will lift your emotions as well. You will need for this class a prop. If you have a yoga strap, that would be great. If not, go and grab yourself just a dressing gown cord, which will do exactly the same thing. So we'll be needing that a little bit later on. Also, rather than playing the music, I had a playlist on last time and it was all a little bit lost in the sound. So I'm going to try to share a Spotify playlist in the link. There'll be a link below. Hopefully that will work and you can play that yourself. So if you need to go and grab a strap or a dressing gown cord, get the speakers, get the music set up, please do so, and I will welcome you back when you're ready. So, assuming everyone has everything they need, we will begin. So we're going to start off sitting in this easy cross-legged position. I'm sitting on one of these cushions. It's comfortable to have your hips elevated slightly so that you can stack your pelvis, heart and the crown of your head in a straight line rather than leaning forwards if your hips are a little tight, or leaning backwards. Another way you can sit is if you have you can fold up a cushion or stack some cushions on top of each other. Sometimes it's nice to have a higher cushion that you sort of straddle. You can sit on like that, which is quite comfortable, but an easy position where you can comfortably hold yourself up. I'm going to move that one away because I do prefer this one. So, starting in this cross-legged pose, Sukhasana. Allow the elbows to feel heavy and rest your hands on your knees or maybe a little slightly higher up your thighs. Create space between your shoulders and your ears and close the eyes. Allow all the particles of your body to settle. Feel where you're in contact with the earth, whether that's your mat, a cushion, a block, perhaps you're sitting on a block. But all of those parts of your body that are in contact with the earth, notice a weightiness to them. But from that grounding, from that stable base, I want you to really concentrate and focus your attention on a lifting. So with each breath that you take, each inhalation, feel a sense of lightness in your body. Send your breath deep into your belly so that your tummy button moves backwards and forwards with each breath rather than just breathing into the chest. And once you've flattened your diaphragm down, you can then allow your ribs to expand. And then at the very top of your breath, your collarbone expands, this light lifting sensation. And you can pause at the top of an inhalation before you slowly, lightly release the breath. Do another couple of those breaths. Slowly, deeply, filling your body with this beautiful, precious breath that keeps us alive. And then we're going to move into a really quick but delicious breathing exercise, pranayama, which is it's a word in Sanskrit that basically means to manipulate your breath. It's a way of altering your emotional state through your breath. This one is called Bhramari breathing. Bhramari means bee in Sanskrit, and so it's buzzing bee breath or humming breath. I teach this one to children all the time. They love it. It's very soothing, very calming for the nervous system. Very good for relieving stress and anxiety. And you're basically just going to hum. It's as simple as that. You take a deep inhalation and then slowly exhale while you hum. And that slow, deliberate exhalation is part of the calming thing, but also the sound of your own voice, that vibration of your own voice is very therapeutic, very soothing. To amplify that, you're welcome to just do that, but to amplify it, you can block off some of your senses. So you can use your thumbs to block your ears. I wouldn't stick your thumbs into your ears, but you can just block them with that little flap of skin, or cartilage rather, at the front. So block your ear with your thumb and then use your hands to cover the eyes. And it blocks everything in and amplifies the sensation even more. So it's up to you which one you choose to do. We're going to do 3 rounds of breath. Once I've finished, I would try to close everything off as much as you can. Once I've finished, I will rest my hands on my knees, so when you look up, you'll know when it's complete. But try to block off your sight and your hearing. So, taking a deep breath in, bring your thumbs into your ears, block your eye, cover your eyes with your hands, and exhale. And then just breathe normally once you've completed those 3 rounds, and notice any shift in in the way you feel. The more you do it, we've only done 3 rounds. If you do 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 rounds of that breath, it intensifies that feeling. Okay, so we're going to start moving now. Move any props that you were sitting on. Make sure your strap is handy. We're going to lie on our backs and start to open up our hips. So lay down on your back, starting off with the right leg. We're going to bend your knee, hug your knee into your chest, and just rock that from side to side really gently. Then grab your strap and wrap it around the arch of your foot and extend your leg out or up as high as you can, keeping your legs straight. So pressing back through the back of the knee, and you can hold on to your strap as high or as low as you want to, but the idea is to press through the heel, extend through the back of the leg, keeping the leg as straight as you can. And if you can reach, then you can hold on to a toe, but the strap is there, because we don't need to go 100%. Now cross your right leg over to your left, and you'll feel a stretch down the IT band, down the outer edge of your leg. Trying to keep both hips flat on the mat and back up to centre. Now release the strap, bend your knee and loop your right hand around the outer edge of your foot, pulling your knee down to the side of your body. Your elbow should be on the inner edge of your knee. This is half happy baby pose. Nice. Just a brief stretch for that leg, then we'll repeat to the other side. So extend the right leg out and lift the left knee. Hug the left knee into the chest, rocking gently from side to side. grab that strap, where have I put it? Loop it around your foot, extend, push through the heel, hold on to the strap, whichever height or length you need to, pressing back through the knee, the back of the knee, pressing up through the heel, stretching out the hamstrings, and then crossing over. And you may find that one IT band is tighter than the other. This one I can't really go across very far at all. My left side is much tighter. So just gently let that drop down to the side, keeping both hips on the mat so you don't want to rock over. Then release the strap, bend the knee and come into half happy baby. So grabbing the outer edge of that left foot with the left hand. Your left elbow comes on the inside of your knee, so you're opening your hip joint out, dropping your knee out to the side. Half happy baby. Your foot should be parallel to the ceiling. And just opening up the hip a little bit more. Great. Now hug both knees into the chest and roll over to one side. So we're going to come up onto all fours to do cat-cow briefly. So onto all fours. You can keep your toes tucked under if you want to. As you breathe in, drop the belly down, kick the tailbone up and lift the crown of the head. Then as you breathe out, curl through into cat pose, dropping the crown of the head, tuck the tailbone under, breathe into cow. And breathe out. Cat once more, really undulating the spine as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, curling through. Beautiful. Now pressing into the fingertips and the knuckles of the fingers. You need your toes tucked for this because you're going to push your hips back to the extent that you can then lift your knees and push up slowly, slowly into downward dog. Stretching out the backs of the legs. You can drop one heel at a time. Maybe bend both knees so that you can kick the hips up higher, opening up through the fronts of the armpits, and then extend through the backs of the knees and drop the heels down as far as you can. Now lift the right leg up above you. Breathe in as you extend the toes up as high as you can, and then as you exhale, bring the shoulders above the wrists, bring the right knee in towards the nose and crunch in. Inhale, extend up, and exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend up once more, and exhale, knee to nose. Now with this right foot that you've got bent here, cross over underneath you and rest the outer edge of that foot on the floor. Roll over onto the inner edge of your left foot and stretch up into a kind of twisted side planky kind of thing. I'm sure it has a name, it's escaped me now. Bring the left hand down, straighten up the feet and push back into downward dog. Now extend the left foot up above you. Inhale as you extend up as high as you can, and exhale, come forwards, crunch knee to nose. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale once more, reach up as high as you can, and exhale, knee to nose. Keeping that lift with your leg and your abdomen. You're going to roll onto the inner edge of your right foot, extend your left foot out, resting on the outer edge of that left foot, straight legs and straight arms, lifting up. This lift in your core is going to be the thing that can hold you up, that light feeling. And rotate back round, come back through downward dog. Stretch through downward dog and then slowly walk your feet towards your hands. Come up onto your fingertips. Soften the knees. Let the head bow forwards and slowly uncurl yourself. One vertebra at a time. Your head is the very last thing that lifts. And as it reaches the top, you can draw your shoulders up and back, opening up the chest. Beautiful. We're going to do couple of sun salutations now. This is Surya Namaskar B, and the first round will be slightly different to the second round. So, standing tall at the front of your mat, feet a little distance apart. Settle in mountain pose. On your next inhalation, you're going to drop your hips, bend your knees, sweep the arms up and forwards into chair pose. Exhale, fold forwards, straighten the legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step both feet back into plank. Inhale here, and exhale, drop your knees, kick your hips back, and then slide forwards and up into cobra. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, come into downward dog. Inhale, you're going to step your right foot forwards. You may need to help it along a little bit. Pivot the back leg down so that the back foot, so that you're at about a 45-degree angle. On your next inhalation, keeping your right knee above your ankle, breathe in and come up into warrior one. And exhale, frame the front foot, pivot the back foot and step forwards. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale through mountain pose. One more time. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forwards. Hips come high, head drops down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step both feet back into plank. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the knees, kick the hips back and slide through into cobra. Inhale. Exhale, push back into downward dog. Take a breath here. On your next inhalation, step your left foot forwards in between your hands. Drop the right heel and make sure your foot is at roughly a 45-degree angle. Knee above the ankle. On your next inhalation, push through the front foot and lift up into warrior one. And exhale, frame the front foot, pivot the back and bounce forwards. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, mountain pose. Okay, let's flow through that once more. We'll link both sides together. Look, my mat's slipping. So, standing tall, feet together. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step both feet back. And on that same exhalation, lower yourself down, elbows pointing back. Before you hit the ground, roll over your toes, come up into upward dog, that lift in your chest. Exhale, roll over the feet into downward dog. Inhale, the right foot comes forward, left heel drops down, come up into warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, open up into warrior two. Settle yourself here. Inhale. And exhale, gazing across the front, the right fingertips. Inhale, slide your left hand down your left leg and lift the right arm up above your head. Exhale, windmill the arms round, rest your right elbow on your right knee and extend the left arm up. Inhale, come back through warrior two. Exhale, windmill down, frame the front leg, step back into downward dog. You're welcome to stay in downward dog, or you can add another vinyasa if you want to challenge yourself. So you can lower yourself down. Inhale through upward dog. And exhale back into downward dog. Step I've got myself a little bit confused now. Step the left foot forwards in between the hands. Drop the right heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Settle here, take a breath. Rotate the thigh, the left thigh, around to the outside so that your knee doesn't drop inwards. It should be opening out to the behind you. So, on your next inhalation in warrior two, you're going to slide your left hand down your left leg. So inhale, left arm rises up. And exhale, windmill round. Drop the left elbow onto the left knee and the right arm reaches, so you've got a strong stretch all the way down the right side of your body. And exhale, open back up into warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, windmill around, frame the front leg, step back into plank, bend the elbows back, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale through to upward dog, so only your hands and the tops of your feet are touching the mat. And exhale into downward dog. Take 3 breaths here. Pressing into the fingertips and the knuckles of the hands rather than dumping into the wrists. If you put if you press more into the tops of the hands, the fingertips and those knuckles, it will take the pressure off your wrists. Sometimes it can be a bit uncomfortable. Come up onto the tiptoes. Inhale, step both feet forwards. Flat back. Exhale, fold inwards. Inhale, swoop the arms around and up through chair pose. And exhale, straighten the legs, bring the palms together. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to do a couple of seated poses now. So find a comfortable seat. We're going to do a couple of twists and also heron pose, which is one of my favourites. I don't really do it very often, which is not quite sure why. So you're going to start off sitting. I'm going to try to mirror you. So start off sitting with your feet flat on the mat. Your right leg, so this is my left, but it will be your right, is going to tuck in towards your left buttock. And just let your foot rest there. Now lift your left leg up, hugging your knee, and see if you can hold on to your foot. If I turn to the side now, you'll see what I mean. So hold on to your foot. You may wish to stay here. Have the strap handy because you may well need it. What you're going to do now is press into your heel, like we did at the beginning when we were extending our heel. Press through the back of the knee, but you may need your strap in order to be able to do that, depending on how flexible you are. So keep the strap handy if you need it. Lifting the chest up, so this light feeling. Don't feel like it's, ugh. If you feel heavy and like you're never going to be able to get up, it's never going to work. So kid yourself. You're light as a feather. Lifting up through the chest. If you collapse the chest, then you'll lose stability in the pose. So try to keep the chest lifted, keep high on the sit bones, and breathe here. If you want to challenge yourself a little further, I'm going to turn to face away from you. Take your right hand and put it around the outside edge of your left foot. I think that's right. And then open your left hand out to the side. But don't worry if you don't want to challenge yourself and do that just yet. You can do that another time. Okay, I'm going to turn to face you because then we're going to move into a twist. So bend that left leg and place the foot on the other side of your, which way around are we now? Right foot, right knee rather. If that's uncomfortable or too much, you can extend this leg out in front of you like that. But if you want to keep your foot tucked in, your right foot tucked in there, that's fine. You're going to twist to the left. So placing the left hand on the floor behind you, hug the left knee, lift the chest, breathe in, and as you exhale, twist. So you'll feel a deep stretch on the outer edge of your left hip. Each inhalation is a lifting breath, and each exhalation is a twisting breath, like a releasing, a softening breath. Now carefully release. You may just want to twist very gently, kind of unwind yourself the other way before we move on to the other side. So again, both feet in front of you. Now tuck your left foot on the outer edge of your right hip, and you're going to bend your right knee. This is, sometimes you'll see this pose being done like that, but I find it a bit more, it's easier and it's more stable if you have that foot sort of tucked in. It makes it more of a triangular base for you to sit on. So lift your right foot, hold on to your foot with both hands, and once you've found your balance and that lift in your chest, extend. I'm going to go this side again so you can see, pushing out through the back of the knee, pushing the heel away from you. The strap is there if you need it. Breathing here. That lift. Again, that if you feel weighty and like gravity's really not your pal today, then you will sink into the pose. But if you keep that lift in your chest, imagine your foot is light, it's not weighing you down. And then if you wish to challenge yourself, take your left hand on the outer edge of your right foot. How have I managed to do this again? I'm turning away from you again. And you can turn to the side, so deepening the twist. And then slowly releasing that. I'm going to spin round again. So you can either keep that foot where it is or extend it, but you're going to cross your right foot over, put it on the outer edge of your left knee, and this time we're going to twist the other way. So you're going to twist towards your foot that's tucking out, peeking out to the side. So fingertips on the floor behind. Inhale, lift the chest. Hug the knee with the left arm. Hug the right knee with the left arm. And as you exhale, twist. Keeping both sit bones evenly pressing into the mat. Each inhalation will lift you. Each exhalation allows you to twist a little deeper. Lovely. Now gently release. You can twist the opposite way just to unwind yourself. We'll finish off with a forward fold before we relax in Shavasana. Again, the strap, you can use the strap if you want to. Wrap it around both of your feet, pressing down through the backs of the legs, almost to the extent that your heels lift up, rather than your legs being completely passive. Now, lots of people think in yoga you need to be able to touch your toes. That's something we're aiming for, but it's not something that you need to be able to do before you join yoga. And lots of people do this and they collapse their back, they collapse their chest. But keeping that light feeling in your chest, if this is as far as you can lean forwards, or this is as far as you can reach your legs, that's a good place to be. Hang out there. The strap is there just to help give you a little bit of traction. But really you want to keep your pelvis tilted, your tailbone tilting outwards, rather than hunching forwards like that. And gradually, over time, you can work forwards and lower and extending as you lengthen the hamstrings and strengthen the back muscles and stretch out the back muscles. You'll be able to lift the chest and fold ever deeper. If you want to make this more of a yin pose, it's nice to have a cushion or a bolster handy, and then you can curl, but make sure the curl, that bend in the back, comes from the chin first rather than collapsing the stomach. Once you've had a few breaths there in whichever version of the pose feels good for your body now. You can remove any straps, lay yourself back and open the palms facing upwards. Feet can open out to the sides. Shoulders away from the ears, but not straining to do so. Tuck the chin slightly into the chest so that you can extend and lengthen the back of the neck. And spend as much time as you need in this pose. I'd recommend at least 5 minutes. And when you're ready to come out, gently start to invite some movement into your hands and your feet. Stretch the arms above your head. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock gently from side to side before dropping down to the right, pressing into the hand and bringing yourself up to sit in that easy cross-legged pose. Give yourself a moment to settle and adjust. And bring the palms together in front of the heart space. And bow the head. Namaste.